From the state of Nevada, this is the Budweiser Las Vegas Silver Cup. Brought to you by Champion, makers of Copper Plus, America's best spark plug. It has been over 25 years since the Unlimiteds visited the Las Vegas area. And in a town known for its big-time shows, it is only appropriate that the last race of the '86 season be here on Lake Mead. Hello, everybody. I'm Don Poyer. Well, the World Championship is on the line for this final race of the year. Chip Hanauer and the Miller American has a slim 269-point lead over this boat behind me, the Miss Budweiser, driven by Jim Kropfeld. My co-announcer, Jim Hendrick, is with both drivers right now.
Of course, the last race of the year, it's all up for grabs. Strategy has to play a part with rough water. Chip Hanauer, what would your strategy be?
Oh, well, right now, the only strategy we have is to try and get the Miller American to run. We've been plagued with problems in San Diego, and apparently they've carried over to here at Las Vegas. So right now, we're not concerned with Mother Nature, just trying to make the boat run.
And Jim Kropfeld, it seems like you and Chip have tried to give each other this National High Point Championship the last few races, and nobody seems to want to take it.
Well, I think we both won it, but it's true we've given it back and forth about 3 or 4 times, and I don't know why. It's there's bad luck has snuck up on both of us these last 3 or 4 races, and it's just been a one way or the other, and who knows where it's going to go.
And it will end after this race, and one of these two drivers will be the National World High Point Champion in unlimited hydroplane racing. Joining us today on the broadcast is Paul Lammy. You may have seen him on network TV covering the Winter Olympics. He's a 2-time Olympic participant in bobsledding, and he joins us today. Now let's go down to Paul for the combatants for Heat 1A. Paul?
Thank you, Jim. It's great to be with you. What a beautiful place for a boat race. If the wind can only die down for us here today, we'll have a very exciting event. Now let's take a look at Heat 1A. The Frank Kenny Toyota from Seattle, Washington is driven by Milner Irvin. He qualified at 111.121 miles per hour. Miller American, driven by Chip Hanauer, currently the national point leader, qualified at 111.982 miles an hour. Mr. Pringles, driven by Scott Pierce, qualified at 114.489 miles per hour. And rounding out the field was the Miss 711, driven by Steve Reynolds, qualified at 134.771 miles per hour. That was the fastest qualifier for this event so far. Now, Jim, back to you for a look at Heat 1B.
Okay, Paul, and this is the way they line up for Heat 1B. The old boy OBERTO, driven by George Johnson, who qualified earlier this week at 105.8. Todd Yarling drives the Miss AVIA U-22. 108.1 the qualifying speed. Ron Snyder in the HOLSET Miss MADISON, 116.6. And the top qualifier in this flight, the Miss Budweiser Turbine, Jim Kropfeld at 134.5. And Don, that's the way they line up for Heats 1A and 1B. Now back to you.
Thank you, Jim. And thanks to Hoover Dam, we have a lake to race on. We'll return with 1A on Lake Mead in just a moment.